Okay, so today I'm gonna go and show you guys how I set up and do a time-lapse video. And it's actually not a video, it's still photos that I turn into a video. And so I will show you step by step how I like to do it and how I do it. I do use one program that is used only for Macintosh. It's called iMovie, to help me along the way, but you can also do it in Adobe Premiere as well, which I will probably show you both ways of how to do it. Now, the first thing that you got to do is find a place that you want to do a time-lapse. I'm going to go right up here and do one up here on this hilltop. And so I will get back with you when I get up there. Okay, so now we're up at the top of the hill, almost to the top. We got quite a ways up here. So the next step is to have a camera that has either the capability of connecting to a remote that will allow you to do remote timing, which is remote shutter release in some situations. I'm using a Canon 7D Mark II, which happens to have a built-in one. And so all I have to do is set it and leave it. So what I'll do is I'll set it up here, let it run, which it'll take about 1900 images at a 5-second interval. I like 5 seconds because it doesn't give you too much crap, but it gives you enough distance in between each image that you get a real nice fluid movement. And so I will get that set up and run. We're going to be doing right up there, that hilltop. Okay, so we have completed the time-lapse part of the item by taking photos with our DSLR camera. You can see now we're inside my motorhome, and I'm going to show you the next step, which is to import or remove your images off of wherever they're stored, which in this case is an SD card. And I'm going to import them using whatever your favorite software is to import your photos. However you do your photos, you're still going to do your photos the same way. I'm using Lightroom because as a professional I have to have something that is reliable and easy to use, so I use Lightroom. But you can use anything you want, anything, doesn't matter what it is. So here's my first image, and I have a total of, just a second, well, let me scroll down, a lot of images. So we are going to import and we're going to import that. So this can take between 5 to half an hour depending on how you take your photos, if you take them in RAW, if you take them in JPEG. For time-lapse, I do JPEG. I do a large JPEG. But for all my other photography, I use a RAW, so that I have the most image data that I can be able to edit with and change and crop and all that kind of stuff. So just keep that in mind if you're doing a time-lapse. If you want to have it set up so that you can really edit the photos before you put them in time-lapse, you may want to shoot RAW. But that's going to take up a lot of information and data on your computer. Just keep that in the back of your mind if you're going to shoot RAW. Okay, so continuing on our time-lapse, the next step is to take and drag all your photos into your time-lapse, into your video. So that's what I've done here, and I've shortened the time. Let me get rid of this. If we go to my little eye right here, it says 0.1 seconds. That's as much as this program will allow me to do. So that creates a minute and 20-second video. So then we export that out and we get something that looks like this. So see, it's a little jumpy still. And I'll be putting this in at the end of the video as well so that you can see how jumpy it actually is. So, how do we make it better and faster? Well, better, you have to make it faster. So then, what we do is we take this video, re-import it into our program, and speed it up. So then I've taken it from 1 minute 20 seconds to 20 seconds. And that's how you get a beautiful time lapse. Please leave your questions and your comments down below, and please subscribe.